Hey, 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 this is your recap auntie. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shar. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, y'all are doing well. I am as well. Thank you for asking. We are here, honey, to do a full recap of episode number 161 of what show you talking about, lady? Beyond the Gates. What you think we talking about? That's why you here. You saw the thumbnail, right? Hi, y'all. Hopefully, y'all are staying warm and dry because it is wet and cold where I'm at, though. But it's going to be a good time. Tonight is the opening night for my show. Last night we did a really quick run. If you don't know, I'm an actress. I've been acting for almost 15 years, do theater. So we're doing a trolley ride in one of my little local towns. And we're doing a condensed version of the Time Warp from Rocky Horror Picture Show. So the good thing about me is that I ain't got to run on and off that damn trolley. I sit on there, draw on my mustache and make my lips red like they do on the movie, and I read. That's all I do. Have on a nice gray suit, stay warm, hem and haw with the people in the crowd, and have a good time and dance. My body is sore, but we're gonna get through it. So tonight is open night. Hopefully, we have a good crowd and we're gonna have a good time. And yeah, I'm going to be maybe a day late putting out my episodes, at the most one day, at the most one day. So, but I should be back to my regular scheduled custom program next week. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's bang on this fucking door gate so they can open it up. Let's pull up our chairs, sit down, turn our backs to the crew, let them entertain us, and let's see what the fuck's going on today. Because yesterday was good, all that to test testosterone and men and fineness. I was just drinking every bit of it, baby. It was so good to me. That was a 5 frames. I wear glasses, so when it's perfect, in my opinion, I give that damn shit 5 fucking frames. Yeah, I cuss too, if you don't know. All right, and whatever you say at the bottom of these videos, I do respond to you. And what I call my front porch is where I actually read your video. It is a video dedicated to the comments, because the comments are the content. Okay, so I literally read read it. And if you're part of our membership, you might see me on camera reading the comments and stuff. So if you want to join, you can. It's real cheap. You can see it in over here somewhere where it says join. Anyway, yes, that's what I do. I take time to read your comments. If you don't see me respond, that don't mean I'm not going to respond. I will. It might be once a week, but I do respond to you, okay? So when you see me, my little picture sitting on the front porch with a pink dress, that is my front porch talk, all right? All right, enough with the church announcement. Shar, shut the fuck up so we can get going. All right, I'm ready to go ahead and recap this episode in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, we are back at the Sherwood Forest with Nicole and her cute pinstripe dress, and she got her coffee in her hand with her tan, neutral heels, looking out at the audience at us, honey. What you finna think about, girl? Oh, so I was wondering what she was gonna think about. She actually thought about what Carlton said, that your problem, Ted, is that she needs to be with a man that's going to treat her the way that special, blah blah blah. That's what she went to. She went to that thought of what Carlton said about her. And Ted was like, "Oh, so you think that nigga's you?" So that's what she thought about, which I'm happy she did. I'm glad that she didn't think about the trash ass petty Teddy Weddy was acting yesterday, because he was really, really a fool. Oh, well, I was wrong. She took a few steps and then she went back and saw how Ted was finna fight for her ass. Girl, what you thinking about, Nicole? Okay, well, who this lady? The way your shoulders have been living up at your ears seem like something stronger than tea in your cup. Who this, y'all? We got a new character. Is that Rowena, y'all? Wanda. Okay. Wanda, sometimes I think you read my mind better than my patience. Who that? Child, we've been doing this thing for 160 some episodes, and we just see meeting Wanda? Who that? We hear the doorbell, honey. If there's anything other than a package delivery, honey, I am not here. I do not have the emotional bandwidth today, girl. Definitely for no more drama today. Wanda says, honey, don't you worry, baby. I will send whoever that is away, honey. So we folding in the new characters. I love this. This must be the person that what's her name? Leslie was going to hire. She must be the maid. Hey, Miss Wanda. Wanda got her black and white suit on, baby, and her kitten heels and her short silver and gray hair. She cute. She really, really cute. Go ahead, Miss Wanda. I know she goes. She told her family, like, I'm telling y'all, I'm in that damn show. Y'all just got to watch. I told y'all I auditioned for it. They went on and picked me. And I'm telling you, I recorded last Christmas. Y'all need to know that I'm gonna be on that fucking show. Just sit back and watch. When I'm on it, we're gonna do a watch party and we're gonna have a good time. All right. So she sits down and sips something. Looks like that's wine. So she's like, yep, this is Nicole. This is exactly what I needed. So it's actually Carlton who came over there. He says, I imagine that you'll do that after that show that your ex husband and I put on for you earlier. So, Samantha, really? What the fuck were you doing? Baby, we are at the red door, honey. And she looking like, what the fuck are you going to say, Samantha? I need to know. It was Smitty doing all the talking. Dad, Pop, I swear it's not what it looks like. Well, what the fuck it looks like? His shirt is off, your shirt is off. What is it supposed? Y'all supposed to be playing what? Wrestling? Damn. Martin was like, "Oh, really? But what shit? What it looks like is that my underage daughter is half fucking naked, about to get it on, about to smash with this boy. Bop, bop, bop. Hey, hey. Oh, we're at the country club and we see Danny there with a sad face, stabbing a plate of salad. So we see Vanessa coming in like, girl, what did that salad ever do to you? Oh, the salad is innocent, but there are just certain individuals I would rather skewer with this fork. That's too ambitious, since they're both protected by law and social norms. So here we are. I'm sorry, Vanessa. I am about a million miles away today. Vanessa was like, girl, more Bill drama, or is it with husband number two this time? Neither, actually, Danny says. I'm really worried about Nicole. Damn. Vanessa says she heard through the Fairmont Crest grapevine that her divorce was final. Why don't you know that, Vanessa? Ain't y'all best friends? Ain't you and Nicole besties? And Pammy and then Danny are besties? Okay. How's our girl taking it? Vanessa says. I don't like that our girl thing. Danny says, I mean, a little steady, but you know, my sissy, she's gonna be so busy managing everybody else's emotions that she barely has time to process her own. You think? Vanessa says she should give Nicole a call. Yes, bitch. I've been so wrapped up in my own little whirlwind. I haven't even checked on her properly. I'm assuming that Donnell must have went back to school. So, because you know, the last time we saw her, she had invited Joey to spend the night at her house. And so he must have gone back to school. I was hoping that he didn't. I wanted him to walk in there and catch. Oh, I think she liked that, Danny says. We did have lunch here the other day. I got good eyes on her. I just have to make sure that she wasn't putting on the brave face for the family. And Vanessa said, Danny was like, it was fine until we saw a pair of husbands stealing vipers with their heads together. Hence the fork in the salad, you know. That's what Vanessa says. She's like, girl, I swear this club is infested with interloping sluts. Not it. Well, Vanessa's the top of that list, honey. Oh my God. Please tell me, Vanessa says, that Haley and Leslie aren't friends. Now, that is a nightmare coalition I can't even bring to begin to process, girl. Well, from what Nicole and I could gather, Mrs. Shamilton showed a rare moment. I don't know. Good sense by running off of Looney Tune Leslie. Yeah, she did leave her. Apparently, husband stealers, they have standards. Thank God for small favors, Vanessa says. The last thing we need is this place and those two bitches to be on the same team holding seminar on how to snatch a husband in 10 days or less. Or emotional manipulation for beginners, Danny said. Can you imagine? Vanessa says. Danny was like, speaking of nightmare scenario, how are things with you and Joey? 2 fucking days in a row with Elon? Child, what kind of week y'all trying to give me beyond the gates? Elon comes over there to the hole in the wall. Joey. Joey's like pouring himself some brown. Joey says, Hawthorne. Elon says, Chief Hawthorne. He was like, you're so right, Joey says. They got on their diabolical black, so something bad is about to go down. Chief Hawthorne, Joey says. Oh, and he looks him up and down and said, you do wear it well, don't you? It makes me wonder, did Joey have something to do with Elon being picked or chosen to be the chief? I know he has him by the balls to have him keep that position, but I'm wondering, did he have anything for him to get that position? So Joey continues on and tells him that that title of chief almost makes him look respectable. Care for a drink? This is not a social call. Oh, I thought you were coming to check out my new bourbon. Joey's such a smart ass. He's aged it with care, just like our arrangement, he tells Elon. I don't drink on duty, Elon says. You know that shit. I sure as hell don't break bread with men who try to dictate department personnel decisions. Oh, well, Joey says, that's too bad. Well, yeah, for you it is, Elon says. Have a fucking seat. Yeah, how you gonna tell him to have a seat in his own place? Elon, that's why I like you. We are back at Uptown. We see Isaiah sitting there drinking his beer, and he's looking at that text from Jolanda. I keep calling her Jolanda. It's Yolanda, honey. She probably Yolanda. That's the only message that he got from her. Well, I'm all the I love yous, and I'm thinking about you. He must have deleted her. The way you said, bro, I thought you would have more from her than just one big long paragraph of her talking about don't be turning down the job because of me, because I don't want your ass no more. Child, he mad, honey. He sees a little cute little girl at the end, and then he sees his couple. And so she playing with his ear and everything, his hair. Hey, they having a little time. Y'all better have y'all little extra black love time. I got you. Oh, stop it! Thank you so much. It's the other girl at the other end of the bar, and the bartender is flirting with her. So all around him is nothing but couples. All everybody is coupled up. I mean, I'll get your your number in a moment. This woman sits in the background. So he picks up his phone and he calls somebody. He'd be like, "Hey, you busy? I could really use a buddy." They do that a lot on this show, don't they? Nicole did the same thing with Carlton. What are you doing here, Carlton? Wanda was like, "Girl, I told Dr. Fitzgerald you weren't receiving no visitors." But he insisted on barging his ass in here like he owns the damn place. It's okay, Wanda, she says. I'll deal with this rather impertinent guest myself. That's what she tells her. And Wanda in her kitten heels, baby, she skedaddled. He was like, look, don't be too hard on her, okay? I had to see you after what happened at the hospital. Like you and Tad had to embarrass me? Two grown men acting like testosterone adult teenage boys in a locker room in front of Shanice, no less, right? Out of anybody. Y'all got a fool in front of damn Shanice. That is precisely why I'm here, he says. I came to apologize. I thought it made it clear how disinterested I am in your apology back at the hospital. Well, you did, but I had to give it another shot, he said. Usually I take a backseat approach to things like this, but lately I'm just trying something different. Is that why you ignore my wishes? I wasn't myself earlier, he says, and I do regret that. I never let my emotions get that out of hand. But when Ted started going in on you about agreeing to go out with me after he and that Leslie woman did what they did to. Look, I just lost my fucking temper. So you thought that you would come to my rescue on your white horse? Is that it? Well, my intention was certainly not to upset you, Nicole. You think that I don't know that your intention was to impress me? You saw your shot to play hero and jumped in at it without a second thought as to how would it affect me? Newsflash, Nick. I am not a damsel in distress. I'm a grown ass woman who is perfectly capable of taking care of herself. I am so sick and tired of being interrogated about Joey. We're back at the country club, and this woman defending her man. You sound like your sister. No, Danny says. My sister would scold you for deigning to be associated with something man with the hope that the drone of her voice would scare you into not making the same mistake again. And that's not what you're doing? No, honey. I'm using a much more hands-on approach, Danny said. Like you did the other day when you cornered Joey. I've yet to hear what gave you that right. Decades of friendship, Danny said. I am not some hapless widow who can't make her own decisions. I just wanted Joy to fucking know how much you mean to me, girl. To us. Okay? Now you were there when Bill left, when he looked at me after a decade of marriage and told me that Haley was losing everything that we'd built. Then I watched Doug slip away from you, girl, dimming some of your light. You are family to me, Vanessa. Not the kind that's bound by blood or marriage certificate, but the kind chosen through survival. Well, and that's all that was about? Hmm? I mean, yeah, that was the gist. And letting Joey know that if he do anything, that he have to answer to me and my pow pow. Malone came to see me. We are back in the hole in the wall. And that was the first words that Elon said to Joey. So Joey was like, oh, okay. How's he doing? Not too good. Seemed he was all set to put in his retirement paper. Oh, right. Yeah, that. Joey's full of shit. um, y'all just getting to this? Did he tell that man that like about a month ago, right after Dougie was offed? And that's been about a month. So you just coming around to that? How he intends to sell off into the Caribbean. Hell, that's all he talks about, Joey says. Yeah, that's all we've been knowing about on that sharing. Elon was like, yeah, after decades of being on the force, he did put in his time. Good for Malone, Joey says. Elon was like, it was. Till you supposedly told him that he couldn't, which sucks, doesn't it? That fucking sucks. You work all these years, get ready to go ahead and bounce, and then he's like, no, no. Is that right? Elon says. Joey was like, maybe. Mm-mm. Elon was like, nah, I don't like it one bit. I don't like that shit. That guy is bad news, okay? Malone staying on my force 1 second longer don't work for me, all right? Yeah, because he probably be pissed that he didn't retire like he wanted to do, and that he might start talking like a lot. Joey was like, well, then, damn it. I guess we both have a problem then, because we were just hanging out. Girl, we are back at the red door, honey. You are going to have to do better than that, Martin says. So Samantha is speaking facts, Mr. Richardson. Shut the fuck up, Nathan. And who the fuck are you, Martin said. Nathan, sir, Samantha's friend. Martin was like, is it the one you told me about? I think, and I don't know if he told Smitty about it. Oh my God. And we saw just how fucking friendly you were. Well, we didn't plan this, okay? It just sort of just happened. Smitty, and she looking at him like, what? Kid, Smitty says, trust me, silence, being the fuck quiet is your best friend right now. He says, look, Samantha invited me over because I needed her help. Which class? Chemistry, he says. Chemistry, Smitty says, it's a little on the nose, don't you think? Next, you're going to be telling us that you both were studying the bonding properties of hormones. I'm being for real, sir. Samantha knows her shit, but my folks don't play. If I get another D, I'm cooked. Another D? Boy, we were just studying for the test and we vibed. But what she said, it isn't what it looks like. Nigga, you pulled out a condom. Samantha, you got something to say? Smitty said. It's not like we were going to actually have sex in the living room. That's ridiculous. This bitch. So y'all was going to go upstairs to your bed, girl. We see the condom. But the ridiculous, huh? Martin says it was on the floor. Then how the fuck do you explain this then? That, Nathan says, it must have fallen out of my pocket. Yeah, with your fingers wrapped all around it. Just in damn time, Martin says, for you to use it on my daughter. Oh, we needed it for our chemistry assignment, he says. Just to standing there lying, nigga. Martin was like, you lied because earlier it was a fucking test, but now it's an assignment. Okay, all right, you out now. That's what Smitty kicks him the fuck out. Martin says, no. Smitty was like, look, Martin, baby, he's just a kid, okay? Which is why he still has his damn limbs intact. That's what Martin said. Yeah, we all know that Martin, baby. Martin said that's the reason why that nigga still got his limbs intact, because he know how to get rid of people. He knows where the bodies is buried. Before you go, sir, Pop, my daughter is off limits to your ass. That means no calls, no texts, no DMs. There is no contact at all, Samantha. And if you see her ass walking down the hall at school, you better run in the other direction fast. You got that? Nathan just nodded his head. Words, boy. I get it. Now you can fucking go. Are you serious right now, Pop? You just ruined my entire life. Did she just play that old game with June? Girl, get out of here. We're back at Uptown, seeing Isaiah on the phone. You look, Yolanda, I got your text, and I don't know why we just can't talk. You know what? Never mind. Take care of yourself. Have a good life. This was all on the voicemail because she keeps sending him the voicemail. Okay, so he called Eva. So we buddies now? I'm glad he called her and not Kat. Please don't tell me that you threatened to pow Joey Armstrong over me. And Danny was like, why? Are you worried that your new boo is conspiring to have your oldest friend fitted with cement Louis Vuittons. That isn't funny, Danny. Joey isn't someone that you play games with. I know, Danny says, which is why I didn't actually threaten him. Girl, I don't have a death wish. I just told him that he couldn't take advantage of you. That's all. But why? Why even get involved? Vanessa says. You know I don't judge, Danny says. But girl, I certainly made my share of questionable decisions. But Joey is not one of your usual playboys that you be fucking around with, girl. Not your usual indiscretions. Everybody know about her indiscretions. He's dangerous, and that's why I needed to let him know that if he so much breathes in your direction with bad intentions, he's going to feel mine. It's not like I owe you any explanation, Chief. Damn, Joey. We're back at the hole in the wall. But Malone is essential to certain operations, he said. Certain operations for a man on the force who knows how to keep his head down. And yet, Elon says, he does the exact opposite. So we put him on a tighter leash. We rein him in. That's what Joey said. This ain't no about reining nobody in, Elon said. It ain't no kink in your money machine, man. Malone is a liability with a badge. Fuck. Yeah, he's not going to retire, y'all. He's not going to make it. I knew because he talks too much. I've been saying y'all, telling y'all this for the longest. Marcel talks too much. He just likes to stand on a mountain and just talk shit. It's like, no, man, you can't. You gotta be quiet, boo. Let's not be theatrical, Joey says. What exactly is the issue, Chief? Malone is the issue. You mean behaviorally? Joey says. I mean, why don't we try a little old school conflict resolution? You didn't hear me, Elon says. I didn't come here in broad fucking daylight when I got a precinct full of real crimes and real people to protect for you to spend me PR. Malone needs to go. Wow. Okay. He wants him to go. Yeah, go ahead and let the man retire. I'm trying to work with you here. Shaking his damn head. Talking about Joey. Look, I'm trying to work. You ain't trying to work with nobody. You ain't. Let me handle it. Ooh. Elon was like, I don't want you to be handling anyone who works under my command. All right, Joey says, look, Elon, let's be smart about this, okay? Now, we both know that there are bigger entities at stake here. He leans in and tells Elon, it's not just our necks on the line, is it? Ooh. So what's up? Why you sitting here all alone looking like a sad Drake album cover? Speaking of Drake, my goodness, baby, you going through, baby. Good luck. Yeah, that's what Eva tells Isaiah. Like he looking all sad. Oh, he says, "I'll take that," but the energy shifted as soon as you showed the fuck up. I really do appreciate you for pulling up. You said you needed company, so spill. She's drinking that same red drink that she had the other day. What's going on, Heartbreak Hotel? Other than my old man, he said. She's like, daddy issue. You're going to need another round for that conversation. He's like, it's whatever. I've been dealing with the same bullshit since grade school with that nigga. Maybe that's how he shows love. Through being constantly disappointed, he said. He said maybe. But to be honest, it's my bro that's really throwing me off. Really? He said he was always the first to fall in line, first to defend every move like it was the gospel. He says, but something's different now with Jacob. It's like somebody finally laid the receipts on the table and he can't unsee the fine print. Wow. Yeah, because of his dad's connection with Joey. Like the spell broke. Like he ain't trying to sip that Kool-Aid no more. Y'all know what that's about, right? Jim Jones, when he is like some type of religious leader, took all these people down to this island somewhere and he gave all these people this poison Kool-Aid to sip because he said he was gonna meet them on the other side, and thousands and thousands and thousands of people were killed drinking that old poison ass Kool-Aid. Yeah, he continues on and says that instead of him drinking that Kool-Aid, he's pouring that shit down the drain. Sometimes we grow up and the filter comes off, and the people who raised us start looking real different. I used to think that my mother was a magician. She always had these new projects and these new hustles wrapped in a pretty little bow. It took me a very long time to realize that was just being another trick in the deck. He says, I hate you had to deal with that, but it seems like you're not letting it slow down or let it slow you down. What's the alternative? She says. Repeat the cycle? Nah, I'm not her. I want to be better. Good for you, he says. But the difference between us, I always knew who my family was at the core. Not saying that they ain't good people and everything, it's just impossible to live up to. So why bother? I just wish I had the same radar when it came to Yolanda. The girlfriend you were telling me about? He says the ex now. She just dumped me via text. She's like, oh, Nicole, you are without question one of the most formidable women I've ever known. We're back at the Sherwood Forest, and that is Carlton expressing what he feels for Nicole. I thought that nigga was about to get on one knee the way he sat down on that damn couch. Like, nigga, I know you ain't knowing his personality, he did that to fool us. Because she was standing up. They were both standing up, and right before he said his next line, the way he bent his knee looked like he was ready to get on one knee. He said, from the moment I laid eyes on you, I knew that you were exceptional. Damn. I've never seen you as a victim, ever. Thank you for saying that. No, no, no thanks needed. So, how about we hit reset, okay? And you give me a chance to make it all up to you. We can keep our dinner date at Opolis, that ricotta gnocchi that Shanice was raving about. If it's not on the menu, I will call in a favor just so that you can experience it. Damn, I need that type of coin, baby. If it's not on the menu, let me call in a favor. That sounds lovely, she says, but I can't, Carlton. Girl, why not? I'm. It wouldn't be fair to either of us. He says he understands if she needs more time. He says we can postpone until you feel more centered. She says, I don't think you understand. Wow. I'm not just postponing the date. I'm calling it off. I'm calling this off. He was like, but why go to that extreme? She says what happened in the hospital drove to the point that she is nowhere near ready to start dating somebody new. She said the wounds are still so fresh. Oh, the ink is barely dry on my divorce papers. That's exactly what Ted said. See, he's in her head. I just rhymed. Is this because I embarrassed you? Or is it because you still have feelings for Ted? Practically everyone we know has been lecturing me about getting involved with Joey. Danny was like, that's in good reason. We are back at the country club with Vanessa and with Danny. You're the only one girl that's making me make my own decisions, girl. Even if you felt the need to put his ass on notice. Nicole's got her therapy couch. Mother's got her look that could freeze hell itself. Meanwhile, I'm more of the live and let live kind of girl. I am still living, Vanessa says, and I refuse to apologize for wanting to feel something other than grief and guilt. Girl, yes, because I was getting tired of you. Now, you did do a daytime Emmy performance, honey, when you found out that he went on to glory. Everybody was writing about your ass on Twitter everywhere, so you did that, but we was like, okay, next. What does Joey make you feel? She starts to smile. Now, I will say this, somebody that I know went through a situation, not a grief situation, but a divorce, and a male. And what made him feel good about it was that when people started asking him how he was doing, instead of judging him for getting the divorce or trying to make him go back home or let them get together, and everybody was trying to tell him what he needed to do and how he needed to do it, but it was barely anybody who asked him how he felt. Nobody asked him how he felt. Nobody wanted to know about not they didn't want to know about the decision because he would not have gone into details about what happened. But it was hard. It's like, the people who were just like, how you doing? What's going on? He still is tight with them. The other people who still was trying to, make him go back. It was tough. It was very, very tough. So I get this situation. Sometimes, even if you feel like that the person might be ruining their fucking life, sometimes they just need to know that they have somebody on their side, because they're going to go to you first. But when things change, they're going to definitely come to you first before they go to anybody who judged them for their decision. And so I like that Danny is not. I know she said what she said to Joey. You heard her. You gonna deal with me. But like Vanessa said, you're the only one that's okay with me making my decision. And for her to ask her, how does Joey make her feel, and she just lit up. It's It's necessary. You have the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. So I get that. I get it. We all need somebody. We need somebody who's gonna tell us the fucking truth, like, bitch, he dangerous. I know, girl, but I know what I'm doing. You need both. You do need both. But when it comes down to it, the people who gonna really that person is gonna run to when the shit hit the fan, they're gonna run to the people that they could be the most honest with and they could be themselves with and not want to be lectured to. All right. All right, back to the show. Well, no, Vanessa says, and Danny was like, oh, look at you, V. Look at you switching streams and glowing about it, girl. Girl, he must be putting in that work, huh? Y'all better be talking shit on this show. I love the script writing on this damn show. I saw when people were on one of the Beyond the Great Gates groups, it was saying that I think Carla did go, Danny, aka Carla, she did go to the daytime Emmys. And so everybody's like, we next year, honey. We're gonna be up there, we're gonna sweep. I said, that's right. They definitely gonna win next year. I can't see why they wouldn't be nominated and they're gonna win. Even if it's Trisha. Even if it's Trisha. Because Trisha, when she first started, I really saw her winning. And if they let her evolve, oh, she's gonna sweep. So I can, and of course, Miss Tamara Tooney. I don't know who they were going to get, but I'm sure that 5 or 6 of them, these ladies and men, are going to be nominated next year, and I can't wait. So Danny was like, "Girl, he putting in that work. I mean, is the sex really that good?" Vanessa was like, "Shit, better than good, girl. In fact, the best I ever fucking had. I mean," Danny said, "Oh," when they started laughing. Joey, I think you're forgetting the bigger picture, Elon. But I'm very happy to refresh your memory. I didn't drag myself across town for story time, Joey. I swear these lines, they just give me a good geeky. Humor me. This unholy alliance, the network spreads far and wide, he says. This is Joey. And it includes names that are embossed on charity galas. Ooh. Foundations, city councils, and the halls of Congress. Elon was like, we alone. I mean, you can say their names. I try not to make a habit of doing that, Joey says, but we both know who I'm talking about. What about them? Elon says. We know, Joey says, that their halos, baby, are store bought. Damn. Whew, child. So they got more secrets. Damn. It would be a shame, a real scandal, in fact, if that glow were tarnished by a little thing like the truth. Well, actually, multiple truth. Wow. So Elon says, so Malone stays, or you gonna flip this fucking table. Damn. Oh man. Was the money worth it, Elon? Marcel, you got all that money. Because Joey paid him noise. But you can't even enjoy it, man. You can't even enjoy it. Damn. Oh, I don't want to tip anything, Joey says. But I do want to keep the board stable. This thing we have, Joey says. This ain't just no damn house of cards. It's a stack fucking deck. One wrong move and the whole thing can come right down on top of us. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I knew Martin wasn't gonna do that because he was gonna get just the little secret that he knows would have fucked up the whole town. So can you imagine all the shit that Joey and Elon knows and Marcel? Marcel, he ain't gonna last long because he's mad that he's not gonna retire. That's all we known about since we first saw his fine ass on the TV. That's all he talked about was retiring. Now you can't. Man, he said no fucking winners. The truth laid bare. And brother, that's you. Hell, fuck, that's me too. And everybody fucking else caught in the shuffle. Elon said to Dupree's. Joey was like, yeah. Protecting that family is more important to you than it is to me, Joey said. But I do have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo as well. And that has to do with Malone, Elon says. I mean, Joey goes on, he says, I need a man on the force who knows where the bodies are buried. Didn't I say that earlier? But he ain't that fucking dumb enough to dig them up too. He says, unless, whoa, I just had an idea. Please don't Dougie him. Please don't Dougie him, please. I'm almost afraid to ask, Elon says. Joey was like, well, shit, if you still so damn bent out of shape of Malone keeping his badge, why don't I just groom his replacement? That's what I was thinking. I was like, they just need somebody to replace him. Now, who could that be? It's not. It can't be Isaiah. He just. It's not gonna be Jacob, or could it be Jacob? I was thinking about that. Like, just getting a replacement for him, or Randy, maybe. Ooh, Elon says like who? And I said it. He says, "Well, your son Jacob comes to mind." Jacob need that little dark side to prove that he's not such the good boy. He needs that dark side. I'm sorry. Naomi has it, and she do. And Jacob, I feel like he's capable of doing it too. I feel like that motherfucker can do it. Do it, Jacob. Do it. What? Right there on the poker table twice, bitch. Girl, we are back. We are back at the country club. I love the transition between the last scene and this scene because it still had the camera on Elon's face when you can hear uh, Elon had a shocked look on his face when Joey says, "What about your son Jacob?" And you can hear Danny was like, "What?" He was still looking in shock. So, girl, I thought they fucked on that poker table way more than twice. Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Danny was like, remind me to bring my fucking hand sanitizer next time. Right. That's all we've been talking. I'm telling you, y'all, they've been listening to us. They've been listening to us, y'all. Don't believe that these scenes are back last year. Some of them are, okay? But I think that they plopped some of these there. Like Danny's hair ain't never been that long and thick. She had long, thick hair, but it's just thicker, more like how she looks more recently. They plop these damn scenes in here that are newer, like within the last 90 days newer. They ain't nah, y'all ain't gonna piss on my leg and tell me it's raining beyond the gates. Nah. Let's just say the second time was better than the first. There is a reason they called Joey a high roller. And trust me, girl, he tipped very well. He must got that mouth. What that mouth do, Joey? Remember? Haley was like, shit, I had my eyes on him anyway. I ain't want no bill. Haley wanted both of y'all men. She didn't want no bill. She wanted Joey. She said, very well. Danny was like, okay, girl, maybe I understand the attraction now, but I still think you're playing with fire, boo. But girl, at least the blaze was worth a burn. Sometimes it is, honey. Sometimes it is. See, just that's just it, girl. With Joey, what you see is what you get. I find that so refreshing after Doug. Not to mention exciting. I can definitely empathize. That's what Danny tells her. There was never a dull moment in my marriage to Bill, in or out of the bedroom. But the constant cheating, girl, little digs to feed his ego, that, honey, that was the real damage. Well, she was cheating too. But with Andre, girl, he would never be that intentionally unkind. So you do get where I'm coming from, Vanessa said. Absolutely, Danny says. It's just my rebound was with a sexy photographer, while Joey is an entrepreneur. Uh huh. And Al Capone was just a mild mannered liquor distributor. Girl, we're back at the red door. We're not gonna have no sit. Smitty tells Samantha, girl, you're better than this shit, girl. We raised you to be smart and thoughtful, someone who understood the impact of her choices. You know that bitch ain't listening. That baby girl, and she's a grown woman, so I can call her that now, right? I know she plays 16 on here, but she's a 30-year-old woman, all right? Leave me alone. And so Martin was like, well, and you showed none of that today. You still didn't have to humiliate me, girl. Shit. Martin was like, well, how the fuck did you expect for us to react, girl? With balloons and confetti? Tyrell comes in from school. Did you know that your sister had a boy over? He like, whoa, I'm just getting that. Damn, I'm just walking in the door. Tyrell was like, what? No, I ain't know that shit. And Smitty was like, Nathan, ring any bells? Tyrell doesn't know him. He was like, look, I ain't even know Samantha was even home. I thought that she was out working with Kat and Chelsea. That's where she was supposed to be, Smitty says. I mean, I was. I just came home early. So what? Girl, what you about to do, honey, would have changed the trajectory of your entire life, Smitty tells her. And you're 16, for God's sakes, Martin says, which is the age of consent in DC. You two are both blowing this way out of proportion. Are we? You lied to us, girl, Martin said. And you snuck a boy into our home to do God knows what. Tyrell brought Jessica over and you didn't stage an exorcism against him. He was like, hey, bitch, we ain't about. Come on, Samantha. Don't act like we're being unreasonable here, Smitty says. Okay, I made a mistake. I get it. Okay. Girl, all right. You need to make sure that you, but she wasn't thinking. These kids today think they know every fucking thing. You're 16. Well, she's 30 in real life, but you're 16, girl. Smitty keeps breaking it down because he the more emotional one. This is a risk, girl. Physical, emotional, life changing consequences could have happened to your. I mean, so I'm just supposed to act like I ain't got no damn feelings? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Martin was like, "Look, that's not what I'm saying. What I mean, this is what you're saying." She had a little attitude, honey. Is that you want me to be this perfect little girl who wears appropriate clothes and uses appropriate words? She got a little attitude, girl. That first time you do it, let's see how you gonna be feeling. Try to be a smart little bitch if you want to. Are you two gonna really stand there and like tell me that you two have never done anything like this before when you were our age? Damn. When did these kids start acting like that? You trying to oh my girl. I would have snatched them little Princess Leia ponytails, them Princess Leia ponytails right from out of her fucking scalp. Talking to me like that. So Smitty was like, look, your pop and I, we are not saints, all right? We made our mistakes, but that's the point. We want you to learn from our mistakes, but y'all don't tell them shit either. Y'all shield them from a lot of shit. Y'all don't tell them nothing. So who had this talk with her? That's the question. Cause if y'all don't talk to her, she gonna find out from someplace else like she did her cousin. Smitty was like, "You get that right?" So Tyrell says, "We do, right, bitch?" He said, She was like, "Whatever." Girl, you will be bald. Your hair and your mama hair will be matching, honey. The way I will get on your ass. Are we done here? She says. Martin was like, no, not yet, babe. You grounded. It figures. Phone, Martin says. And your laptop and your tablet comes too. Like June said, June pretty gave, oh my God, June. Girl, you pretty much gave her the heads up on what to fucking do about having that extra damn phone. Otherwise, she wouldn't have known about it. So now she gonna get a damn extra phone. Watch June wind up getting her a phone without talking to the dads about it. Damn, June. Well, y'all know I be guessing wrong, so let's see. Should I learn how to chisel my homework into stone tablets? I'm a smart bitch. Smitty was like, look, enough with the back talk, all right? All right? And Martin says, don't tempt me. Whatever. She walks out. So she gives him her laptop and stuff. And so Martin tells her that he is so disappointed in her. That bitch don't care. She wants Nathan. She don't give a fuck about y'all. But see, these kids act like that, and then when your ass kick their asses out, then they're not living that life that they're used to living, quote unquote. Then their asses won't come back home. Let her know, let her go on out there. Not she might try to fake like she want to live with June. No, let June move June ass in there with y'all. Shit. Tyrell was like, shit, I'm finna go up there and do my homework. After he leaves, Martin was like looking at Smitty. Go ahead. Tell me I was too hard on her. Go ahead, boo. Smitty was like, nah, not this time, baby. Yes, Carlton. I have feelings for Ted. We are back at the Sherwood Forest. Damn, Carlton. That's rough. I'm loving. Okay, I Jasmine, I heard you, and I see exactly what you mean. So I will be sure to let me finish this show first. Okay, let me finish my show, and I will definitely be back to my picks. So do they start doing all these stories with? Now they looking out at us now because Nicole walks away from him and then she stares out into us and tells us that Ted was her man for like 3 decades. They built a life and they raised children together. And so he's like in the background while she's in the foreground. Y'all are trying these different camera angles. I get you, I got you. But Jasmine, I got you, boo. Jasmine Williams, I clock it, boo. I got you. Let me finish this show, girl. Please let me finish this show. But I got you and thank you for your love. Everybody, thank y'all so much for the love. Now we're watching those children raise children of their own, she said. She's like, look, that kind of bond you just don't dissolve. And that's true. It's like She's right. The ink is barely dry on the paper, and she's still trying to get her wrap her mind around it. Shit, just what 2 days prior to that, she was about to fuck him until that damn Leslie pulled the fire alarm. So yeah, I can understand her moving at her own pace. Everybody's telling her to move the fuck on, but she can't. Uh oh, alarm is swinging and calling me. So yeah, she can't do that shit. So he tells her, he asks her, so you're still in love with him? Yes. What you think, boy? Uh oh, she said no. She didn't say that, which I don't believe. Well, she probably does love him and care for him, but she's like, no, I didn't say that. I am moving on from Ted. That doesn't change. But moving on doesn't mean I'm ready to move on to someone new. When one of my patients is navigating a life altering shift, I tell them all the same thing. Do not make any decisions while your heart is still bleeding. That is a word. I'm looking at the picture on the mantle when they were all there to celebrate Nicole's award. And I still see the old Ted standing in that picture. I still see him unless did they fade him out? Because I know that they all didn't get dressed again just to put the new Ted in there. But I see him there. So he's still in that old picture. She tells him that she ain't ready to be with nobody. And it's not because I don't see your heart, Carlton. I do. She says she just cannot meet him halfway with that, with his heart. She says that he deserves so much better. Maybe they should hook him up with Shanice. I mean, damn, he says, wow, that was the most graceful rejection that I've ever received. It's not a rejection, she says. It's a pause. Maybe even a kindness. To me or to yourself, he says. She says both. Ooh, spicy. But not as spicy as getting dumped via text. Child, we're back at Uptown with Eva and Isaiah. I guess the drink that they're drinking or wings or whatever it is got a little kick to them. Ain't nothing wrong with a little kick. I love me some spicy food, y'all. I'm not a sweets person. It hits me every now and then, but I'm savory. Crunch and spice. That's me. Eva was like, I mean, she couldn't even have sent a voice note. Isaiah was like, cold blooded, huh? Now, all the brooding at the bar makes sense. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, come on. You really want me to break it down? The post breakup gender playbook? Like, you really don't know. You don't already know about that? He was like, all right, school me. All right, she says. So, Issa and Lawrence are insecure, which was my shit. Insecure started going down, maybe it's last season. When I tell y'all I love me some fucking insecure, that if I was bold enough to do what I'm doing now, I would have definitely reviewed Insecure. That was my jam. I was so sad when it went off, but everybody has to jump the shark every now and then. And there's Molly, wine in hand. Issa's curled up on that ratty couch in shambles. But where's Lawrence? Where he at, girl? Where he? Okay, it looks like they were eating some she got a plate of those jalapeno poppers. Yeah. I get it now. When I see little things, I'm definitely going to pop up pictures now. Jalapeno poppers. I love them shits. So she was like, "Well, where was Lawrence?" Isaiah said, "With Tasha." Y'all remember them Tasha scenes, honey? I was like, "Whoa, we doing that? We showing Titas?" And so Eva was like, "Yep, he was with Tasha." She said his ass was getting freaky, like Issa had never even existed. Okay, so you think that's why I'm here? That I'm on the prowl? That's what he says. I'm gonna have to talk like that, like Isaiah. I'm just listening to how he talks, real quick, fast, or slow. I mean, Eva says, you do have on some nice cologne. I mean, what if I'm not here hunting? He says. What if I'm just trying to forget? It's gonna take some practice because he talk really fast. What if I'm just trying to forget? Okay, you better forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Lawrence said to Tasha too as he was banging her ass out. Yeah. He says, you're ruthless. She's like, I'm observant and real. All the women in this room, honey, you gonna really sit here and tell me that you haven't started scoping out your rebound roster, both same difference? He was looking around. He's like, I plead the fifth. She's like, exactly, honey. Danny, I'm not oblivious. We are over at the country club. This lady is looking at Danny and them over her shoulder, like, what the fuck? Because Danny, Danny talking real loud. So this lady is over at the other table looking back. I see it now, Jasmine, because I do give color and texture to the words, and I see things that, probably are not going to get caught. So I will definitely start doing that. But like, girl, after I finish this show, girl. Anyway, that's what Vanessa tells Danny, that, girl, I am not oblivious, girl. I know that Joey is a badass. I know who Joey is and what he does. Danny was like, girl, and I just needed to hear that shit out loud, girl. But I also know what we're building. But before you roll your eyes, girl, let me remind you, this started as a business arrangement, she tells Danny. Danny was like, honey, and we both know what they say about mixing business with pleasure. Whoever said that it was a bad idea was dead wrong. That's what Vanessa said. My professional and personal relationship with Joey is progressing beautifully. In fact, I decided that I wanted to have more with him with my involvement. Much more. Vanessa, Danny says, please tell me, honey, that you are not trying to become Mrs. Armstrong. I said that same thing about a week ago. You want my son Jacob? That's supposed to be some fucking sick type of joke. We're back at the hole in the wall. That's Elon talking to Joey. Joey be looking, but he ain't looking. You know what I'm saying? He taking it all in. Cause Jacob know what the fuck. I'm sure he saw that whole little conversation that Elon had with Jacob on video. He's like, so he know the tea. I might have to tap him on the shoulder because I need somebody on the inside that I can slide some good money to. And yeah, hopefully he do. I need Jacob to be a little bit of a bad boy, just a little bit, just a little bit. He need to be a bad cop. He really does, just a little bit, maybe a lot. Joey says, Elon was like, I ain't playing with you, Joey. If you so much as breathe in Jacob's erection, you and I are gonna have problems that can't not be fucking fixed. Elon, will you just take it down a notch? Damn. That's what Joey says. Yeah, because he like Elon comes in there already on the high. Just calm the fuck down, baby. Breathe. I told you could sit your head right here on my lap. I got you. Joey talking about he was pulling his chain. He's like, I'm swear, you are wired tighter than a spring. He really is wired really tight. So he said he was just kidding with him. Nah, that Joey wasn't kidding. He threw it out there just to see what his reaction was going to be. He thought that Elon was going to rub his hands together. You know what, man? That might not be such a bad fucking idea. He said, Joey says, maybe you need a little more fiber in your fucking diet. I can give you some recipes. Because remember, Joey cooks. Elon says, that shit ain't funny. He was like, well, it is kind of funny, but we both know, Joey says, that we know that St. Jacob ain't going to get dirty for nobody, even if we double him in his pay. Nick, y'all want to double me in my fucking pay? Shit. I, I've done some dirty shit for free. Run me that. Not too dirty, not illegal dirty, but you know what I'm talking about. He just dragging poor Jacob. He talking about he's probably the type of cop that wipes his feet before he enters a crime scene. Joey, I can't lie. The positioning that he holds on here, I don't like it. But he has swag and his little jokes really do land well for me. I really do think he's cool. And I wouldn't have it any other way, Elon says. Jacob and Luke, they stayed the fucking course. I couldn't be more proud of the men they've become. Aren't you the father of the century? Joey says. Now we can't wait to see Luke. I want to see all the Hawthorne boys. Yeah. What is it called? My Three Sons. That's the old the old TV show from the 50s? 60s? I think 50s because it was black and white. My Three Sons, baby. He was like, shit, I can't exactly say that I'm the father of the century. Hell, I got a third. His name is Isaiah. Joey was like, really? I ain't never heard of him. And so Elon was like, well, because he ain't been around. Oh. Elon says he tried his best with that boy. At least that's what he tried to tell himself. And so Joey is taking it all in. So he's the bad. Now, but he has a good heart though, because he wants to do good for the kids, for the children. But he might see that salary ain't up to par. So, but he's not inside. He's not a cop. And Joey needs somebody that's on the inside. So I don't know how that's gonna work. So we find out that Isaiah was a hothead when he was a teenager. He used to be in a gang. Remember, he said he went to jail a few times. He used to get in all sorts of trouble. Perfect protege for Joey. Damn, he had to arrest his own son one time for dealing with some Mary Jane. Well, who would ever thought, Joey says, that the Hawthorns worked both sides of the law? Not anymore, Elon says. Isaiah's records got expunged. He left, got himself together, and you would never guess who helped with the expunge. Oh, Malone was the one who helped him get it expunged. He said he came through for my son when he was in a jam. Wow. Damn. Marcel got his hands in a lot of shit, don't he? Put your hand right here too, Marcel. Oh, Elon. He says, I know that he would never believe this, but there's nothing he wouldn't do for that baby boy. He does love his sons. Why the fuck you so hard on them? Elon. Child, we come back from uptown, and Eva had a big ass crumb on the corner of her mouth. She's just smiling. You know, you have lip gloss on, ladies, and you be eating all pretty, and that damn big ass crumb be stuck to your lip gloss. And he was like, and look, you got a little something at the corner of your mouth. She's like, thank you. I swear, I'm usually more put together as she wipes the corner of her mouth. Anytime, he says. And they just had this little, like, felt like an hour stare down with each other. He biting his lip, she looking at him, biting her lip. I was like, I see y'all. There is a lot of sexual chemistry going on between them both. But I thought I saw somebody say that Yolanda is coming back. So yeah, that's gonna be y'all. This Eva can't get a break, baby. She can't get a break. Anyway, Eva says, so what's good with that Banneker off? You taking it? Well, I told my brother that I was gonna accept when I heard back from Yolanda. But being that close to my pops again, I'm seeing serious danger signs. I know about that, honey. Like, I love my mom, but if you search hot mess in the Urban Dictionary, you probably find her rocking some ridiculous fucking wig and serving face on the camera. Lord, Eva's face. Oh, now child. Mm-mm-mm. He says, your mom sounds like a character. She's like, huh, that's putting it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if coming back is worth the headache, he said. I mean, whatever you decide, I hope that it really does work out for you. But I'm really hoping you stay, he says. And why is that? Well, I'm not exactly surrounded by friends here. Most people judge me because of my mama and what she does and who she is. But you're different, and something tells me that you might be a real one to have in my corner. Maybe DC had more to offer than I thought. Maybe DC has more to offer than I thought. I'm gonna get it, y'all. You know these new characters, I gotta get them, resting on my tongue real good. But he talks really fast, so we're gonna work through this Isaiah. Maybe, she says. So we back at the red door. We see two glasses being laid on the table with some bourbon, honey. Martin pouring it for him and his hubby. He's like, can you believe that, Smitty? That kid had a condom. He said, a condom, Smitty, a condom in our house. Smitty was like, I know, baby. I'm just as stunned as you are. Why? Because they don't use them, clearly. They're husband and husband, so why would they? So Martin hands him his glass. It's light as day outside. Y'all drinking that bourbon? Damn. What the fuck was Samantha thinking? Martin says. Smitty was like, shit, she wasn't thinking. He was like, that's the point. Teenagers do this. They push their boundaries. They explore their sexuality. They do that because their hormones are just raging. She don't know when she experiences that shit. Girl, please. That first time, girl, you try to explore that and want to explore your sexuality. All right, Samantha, we'll see how smiley and, innocent you gonna be, honey. He was like, we can't sit here and pretend that sex was not in every song that we listened to when we was growing the fuck up. On every season of the real world. Hell yeah. R. Kelly is R. Kelly because of shit, all those knocking the boot. That one. Even Luther Vandross. Shit. Everybody. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, hey, girl, tonight. Yeah, ready for the world? What else? All them songs back there was getting you ready. Shit. Seemed like you ready. Oh, gonna think you ready. Oh, yes, honey. Martin was like, shit, that's exactly the reason why I didn't want her ass to date in the first place. Oh, shit, Martin. God, he tells Smitty that he let that you talked me into it, letting her date. I knew this wasn't gonna last for long. Martin is a very arrogant asshole. He is. So Smitty was like, wait a minute, this shit is on me? Martin talking about that's not what he fucking meant. Smitty says, look, I'm the one that they can talk to about anything, okay? You're the disciplinarian. That's the balance. He was like, Smitty, man. You're like, no, man. I mean, Smitty says, maybe you're right. Samantha certainly didn't want to talk to me about this, clearly. Maybe I'm too soft. So they have this little chit chat. Let me see what they're talking about. Here we go with these MLK speeches. Smitty, you're the heart that the kids need. You're the heart that I need. When I go fucking nuclear, baby, you're the cooling system that keeps us from melting down. Snaps. So Martin just goes on and says, most times that he spends all day fighting in Congress, and when he comes home, sometimes he forgets to stop. And I have a friend who she's married, and her husband has gotten a lot of elevations in different parts of his life, like auxiliary groups and at work. So he has to, have this leadership that he has a lot out there. But when he comes home, it's just them two. He still does not know how to take that off, that hat off, that boss hat, that high leader hat. He doesn't know how to take it off at home. And sometimes it can really offer some type of strain to relationships. So, and she's a firecracker too, honey. You ain't gonna step to her just any kind of way. So I've seen that happen, that the one spouse might do something and they're elevated to different things because of hard work and dedication and stuff. So you're proud of them, but they this arrogance, they just don't know how to go and switch that shit off and just come home and be husband. You don't have to be boss, just be husband, and we still are partners. It's still 50-50. So I can definitely, I've seen that. I've definitely seen it. So he continues to tell Smitty that Smitty is the center, and it might not be the apocalypse like what they're making it out to be. Smitty says, we knew that there would be growing pains, and Martin says, hell, we practically signed up for them. Yeah, you got them when they were little babies. They were like 9 and 11, 7 and 9. They were babies. They were little. So you knew this shit was coming, especially with y'all being rich. And now that she's getting exposed to being this model, child, please. So they did a toast, say, we're going to get through this like we get through everything fucking else. And this time, Martin says, we're going to face this together. Now, that looked like there's some iced tea that they were sipping, and he ain't even sip it. Martin just let it touch his bottom lip, and then he started talking. He said, and we're going to figure this shit out together. No more pops versus dad. We're going to be us together, listening. Together. Shit, y'all ain't gonna have one against the other. Not this time, baby. So, what did they say about me after I left? Tyrell was like, look, I ain't stick around, honey. I wasn't trying to be collateral damage. We're upstairs in Tyrell's room, and she comes in there grilling him about what they talked about. Yeah, he really hit me with that deeply disappointed line. Wild, isn't it? What's wild is you, Tyrell said. What? He said, Nathan, bitch? Seriously? I mean, okay. So he's not some straight A overachiever, okay? But he's not just some guy. He's sweet. No, fucking not, he says. He's a walking red flag with sneakers and he's gross. You should hear how he fucking talks in the locker room. Always capping all the time about the girls he smashed. I didn't know that. Of course you didn't know that shit. You ain't no boy. That's when you need to ask questions. Why you didn't talk to your bro about that? Damn. Some girl, again, let's take these Princess Leia damn ponytails out of her damn head. Tyrell was like, now you do, girl. Look, I'm not trying to be like Pop, but I'm your brother. And I don't want some try hard dragging your name like that. And her mama said the same thing. She saw it and she had to be in no fucking locker room June saw that same shit. Maybe you're right. She changed her mind that quick. Thanks for having my back, big bro. Even though you do get on my last nerves. No, you get on his last nerve. You get on all our nerves, girl. He said the feeling is mutual. And she just, have you heard the Lil Tecca? Whoever Lil Tecca is, I guess that's a rapper, singer, entertainer. So she told him to listen to that Lil Tecca. So she picked up his phone and started texting Nathan. Turn off notifications. That's what she said. So she's texting Nathan. She's talking about, hey, Nathan, it's Samantha on my brother's phone right now. Can we talk? I guess she wants to be talked about like a whore. I mean, okay. I mean, you like what you like. Anyway, she's smiling after she sent the fucking text to Nathan talking about can they talk. Well, I must admit, Nicole, I'm a bit disappointed. Oh, we are back at the Sherwood Forest. And that's Carlton telling Nicole that he was disappointed. I know, and I feel terrible. If I hadn't let Ted bait me, we would have had what I am certain would have been an incredible evening. We would have, she says, and that's what scares me. He says, what? The possibility of happiness, he says. The possibility of jumping from one relationship to another without ever taking the time to learn who I am on my own. And I cannot expect for you to sit in the wings and wait until I sort it all out. So, okay. He grabs her hand and said, look, well, let me stop your ass right there. I've admired you for more years than I care to admit. Wow. And I don't mind biding my time a little fucking longer. You better see that, Carlton. Phew. Child. Ugh. Ooh, they kissing. Michael Parms. Michael Parms. You say you don't see no chemistry, baby. You are wrong, honey. I respect you, sir. But honey, this kiss got me thirsty. Where my boo at? That was sir. Where you at, sir? Where's my boo at, sir? That's my nickname that I call my man, sir. Child, when he released from that kiss, she was like, oh, she was just grabbing him a little bit more. Oh, we done? Oh, shit. Girl, please tell me that you are not about to say that Joey Armstrong and marriage in the same sentence. That's Danny, honey, talking to Vanessa at the country club as they move from the table to the couch. And she says, and he continues on and says, and not in a million years between them. Girl, I don't think Vanessa is ready to marry him. She just wants to have that power. She was like, girl, I just buried one husband, honey. I am in no rush to hitch myself to another one. She said, not even mind-blowing orgasms are worth that. Say that. I love my man, baby. But jumping into another like marriage, nah. We've been together for a long time. Long time. So nah, we cool. It works for us. But that's a relief. Danny says, "What if it's not marriage? How are you planning on letting your involvement with the DMV's most dangerous bachelor become? What's the tea? Tell me that." I told Joey that I want to expand our business partnership. I don't want to be the woman that's standing behind his throne. Shit, I want to sit on it with him. Danny says, oh boy. Yeah, Malone has been useful over the years. We back at the hole in the wall with Elon talking about how Marcel has helped him over the years. So that man deserved a nice little, retirement with all them coins in his bank and riding old Sharon. But we also find out that he's getting sloppy and way too visible. And I told y'all that he's talking way too much, cocky, confident, and now he can't retire. He don't give a fuck. Shit, Joey said this conversation is going into way too many fucking circles. All right, the matter has been settled. Make peace with that shit. That damn Elon says, and if I fucking don't, and Joey didn't even turn around because he went back to the bar to pour him another brown, and he kind of twitched that lip. Like, Doug is gone. Don't you join him, Nick. Anyway, that is the end of episode number 161. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. And I will see y'all in the next video. Auntie is tired, y'all. Auntie is tired. I've done this video in 2 parts. I did it yesterday as much as I could. And I'm finishing up the day after in the morning. So y'all will tell the difference in my voices. But we getting it done, but I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. Got 8 more shows to go. Tonight we have one tonight. We do it 4 times. Then on Halloween night we do it four. So and it's like 35 to 40 minutes each. But all of the energy that we exude on that trolley, child, a 54-year-old body like mine don't move like she used to, honey. But I get it in though. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.